I want you to picture this. You wake up in the morning, your alarm going off. You button your shirt before heading to work. You pour yourself a cup of coffee, and on your way out, you reach for your watch. It quietly witnesses your life for moments that you thought would last forever, until one day, the person you built your life around is gone. Yet the watch stays. Time moves forward, and the hands keep turning just as they always have. You never remarry, and you never stop caring about them. This is the story of my grandfather's Omega, and every time I wind it, I can't help but think of the film La La Land. When I think about the difference between a good watch and a great watch, to me, a great watch has a story attached to it. My grandfather's Omega is a great watch because it taught me an important lesson about love. But before I tell you why this watch reminds me of love and of the movie La La Land, let me show you what exactly it is. This watch dates back to the 1960s from an era when smaller watches weren't considered feminine. They were simply elegant. At just 25.5 millimeters wide and 32 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, it's tiny by today's standards. But on the wrist, it feels extremely intentional. Its proportions have a quiet confidence about it that many modern watches don't seem to have. The 14-karat solid gold case catches your eye up close, yet it almost disappears beneath a shirt cuff thanks to its thin profile. It's luxurious without ever asking for attention. And then there's the dial. The dial has a deep matte black that seems to absorb the light rather than reflect it. The golden hour markers and the diamond faceted batons at 12, 3, 6, and 9 catch even the faintest glimmer of light, shining almost like a city of stars. It's beautiful, but that's not why I love this watch. I love it because of the story behind it. After my grandfather passed away, this watch was given to my dad, and then my dad gave it to me. And at first, this watch was treated just like any other family heirloom. It sat in the drawer, collecting dust, and didn't really do much. But as I learned more about my grandfather's life, this watch took on a life of its own. And part of the story is that when my dad was a young adult, my grandmother divorced my grandpa. And my grandmother reunited with someone that she had met before, who she seemingly loved. And what stuck out to me about this story wasn't about the divorce itself, it's what happened after the divorce. You see, according to my family, my grandpa continued to love my grandmother, even though she left him. And I was told that he never stopped loving her. When I look at this Omega, I don't just see a vintage watch. I don't see an Omega. What I see is every morning that my grandfather wound it. I see celebrations and time with family. I see morning routines. This watch kept ticking. It kept moving on even after the divorce. And so did my grandfather. Even though he lost the person that he loved the most in this world, he continued to love her and to live his life. The connection. This watch really reminds me of the movie La La Land. You see, La La Land is a movie that follows two lovers, Seb and Mia, and their lives intertwine in an almost magical and almost surreal way. Their loves, their hates, their passions, and their dreams. Yet, at the end of the film, Seb and Mia don't end up together. In pursuit of their own dreams, they separate, and when they do see each other years later, they smile. You see, that smile is exactly what I'm here to talk about. I used to think that love was measured by who stayed present in your life. You see, everything we see about love, hear about love, and know about love from media portrays this surreal, enchanting encounter where two fated lovers always magically end up together because it's what they deserve. However, real life plays out differently. Watching La La Land and thinking about my grandfather's watch fundamentally changed how I think about love. You see, I think that love is desiring someone else's happiness, even when you're no longer the one who gets to share it. I think it looks like loving them from the sidelines and cheering them on, just like Seb cheered on Mia as she pursued her career in acting. And when you do get to see them, you smile. You don't smile because they're yours. You smile because your love for them has supported them quietly. You smile because you're genuinely excited and happy for all of the things they got to accomplish. You smile because that was somebody you once loved with your whole heart. You smile because that is someone you still love and that you think about every day. Even though life continues to move on and you separate, you smile a bittersweet smile. And my grandfather's Omega never stopped ticking. Seb and Mia never stopped smiling. And maybe our love should never stop supporting, even when they're no longer yours. This has been Sunny and Philo. I'll catch you in the next video. If you stayed to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. And if you have any recommendations or words of encouragement or any ideas, feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, if you have any stories of your own about watches and love or family stories, feel free to type those down as well. I'll try to respond to as many of the comments as I can. Also, thank you for all of the support on the State of the Collection video that I made. It got, as of right now, 5,500 views, over 200 likes, as well as we went from 5 to 72 subscribers. So thank you for all of the support. And yeah.